Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. Today we'll be kicking off the Battlerite Basics tutorials with one of the best lessons for a beginner, cooldown management. Battlerite can seem like a very fast-paced game when you first start. Cooldown times are very short, gap closes are fast, and the tiniest mistake will get you punished hard. The game is very well balanced and every champion has some kind of answer to another. Even if you can't beat them in a 1v1, you can outplay them in one way or another in 2v2 or 3v3. The first thing to think about when considering which cooldowns to use when is, what can the enemy champion do, and what answer do I have to that in my kit? A classic mistake beginners make is wasting mobility cooldowns when they don't need them. Let me give you an example. If Shifu runs towards you and starts swinging, should you just use your space ability to get away? Depends on the champion, but probably not. He still has his javelin to close the gap on you, and the cooldown trade favours him in that situation. If you're interested in just getting some quick tips, here's some advice for you. If you're ranged, try to use your mobility cooldowns after the melee has already used theirs. If you're melee, expect ranged champions to do this. Some melee have a second gap closer, but be careful not to burn all your outs. Be aware of counters. Learn how and when certain champions might use them. Try to bait them and be very careful not to hit them while countering. Save your iframes for big damage abilities like ultimates. Save your counters or your other iframes for things like snipe or other big damage abilities like that. Don't overuse cooldowns. If you're trying to escape from someone, don't use multiple cooldowns if you don't have to. CC them and run, or use your mobility cooldown. Don't use both if you don't have to. Learn your EX abilities. Sometimes it's more beneficial to save energy for them than to use an ultimate. You can get smaller but guaranteed value from EX abilities. If you miss an ultimate, then you'll have no energy and you could be punished for it. Battlerite's a fast-paced game, so don't take these as hard and fast rules. They depend on the situation. Finally, let's get into a specific encounter. I've always considered Croak to be a cooldown management check. Playing Croak is all about managing your cooldowns better than your opponent. And if you're up against a Croak, then you have to use your cooldowns more efficiently than them. What you use when is very champion dependent. I mostly play Pearl and Paloma, so I'll be using them as an example, but the fundamentals transfer to any champion. First, here's an example where I get caught off guard. I should have used my spell block, but I hesitated. After Croak stunned you, he'll often back off. It's usually not worth using defensive cooldowns after he's already got the jump on you. If he doesn't back off, then he's vulnerable and you can start wailing on him. Either way, save your defensives. Look out for the little eye icon above your head when you're up against Croak. When it's yellow, he's near. When it's red, he's right on top of you. I usually try to save my cooldowns for when he's right on top of me. I use my spell block, but he doesn't attack, so he doesn't get panicked. I always take the speed boost on my spell block against Croak, so even if he doesn't trigger it, then I can just run away from him. You'll notice I didn't get flustered and overuse cooldowns here, just one cooldown and back off. This time, I caught him with my panic. Again, notice I use it when the eye goes red. Let's show you some more examples on Pearl. I'm nowhere near as good with Pearl, but I'm just sort of practicing her at the moment. Make sure you save an iframe for the Croak ultimate if you can. Try to time it as the debuff finishes ticking down. I don't know what I was thinking here, but I did it way too early. Finally, let's have a look at a clip where I mess up all my cooldowns. I could have played this way better, but that's the point of this tutorial. I could show you all the clips where I played perfectly, but this illustrates the learning process way better. Sometimes you get flustered and mismanage cooldowns. Watch your games back on the Odium and figure out what you could do better next time. I don't start out too bad here. I pop into the bubble to reset my space cooldown, and then I use my counter. This is all okay at the moment. At this point I should have waited a little bit longer to use my space, but he misplays as well, so it works out okay. And here's where it all goes horribly wrong. At this point I should have used my R ability for the shield. Unfortunately there's a bit of a bug in the Odium and all this footage is from there. And sometimes it shows that I have a cooldown, like look here, it shows that I have a counter but I actually didn't. So it's a little hard to follow exactly what I have and what I don't, but as you can see, the crook just outplays me. I mess up a bunch of stuff and then, yeah, I end up losing the round. I hope this tutorial was useful to you. I'll be doing some more basic tutorials as well as some more advanced ones. If you enjoyed the video, then feel free to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching and see you next time.